welcome to the Swearcast. Now, I'm going to have to warn you, so if you've got your kids in the fucking car, I would turn the podcast off straight away. Random realised he only said the word cunt 4 times in the last episode, so I'm really sick. Was it 6 times?
No,
you said
4.
It was 4. So I think
he did get to 273.
It was 273 fucks, of which Buck Wild thought he had a chance at beating. I was like, mate, you're delusional.
You're delusional.
Literally
Hey,
delusional.
But you can't be fucking with a professional, man.
No, literally. I mean, the first 5 words.
Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck. So yeah, did I get that right, Dan? Is this the Swearcast? What is it? What are we doing? Oh.
Scratchcast, talking turntablism. We are now in season 2. Woo!
Yeah, there we go.
Right. And we got a couple of people in the room today.
A couple?
Yeah.
Dan can't count.
Well, we've got 3
5.
people. Yeah. Well, no, like as in we've got two kind of full guests. We've got an honorary guest.
Yeah.
Who's out of the shot, but is a legend as well. And so should we introduce Random first? Let's do that.
Good down. I
So-
don't need any fucking introduction.
So, right, do you know what I've learned about Random? Yeah, you can drop any insults at him that you want, and it just bounces off him. But don't be nice to him,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, you know.
And I'm gonna have to be nice to you because what we need to pull up, and you can watch his face go redder and redder and redder, nearly to the red of those shoes. Without Random, we don't have this. He legitimised us from the start.
He did.
We were like Random, literally. We were like Random,
Fucking hell.
we want to start a podcast. Will you do it? He was like, yeah, I'll do it. And obviously,
I'm
without
such a whore.
such a whore. But literally, without him, like the podcast wouldn't have done anything because he's a pillar of the fucking community, the turntablist community. And he jumped on, did the first one, and it's flown because of that. And I think it's largely to do with that. So I'd like to thank Random.
Thanks, Random.
I'm always happy to push turntablism and hip hop DJing per se, and it's great that you guys have given a voice to that. So, all
Mate,
good.
wicked.
I reckon I could have got one more shade of red out of him. I reckon.
No, man.
And
Feels like I got shit in my mouth.
he's personally aiming to beat the currently hold his place on the swearing leadership board. Because we do have a swearing leadership.
do.
board.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do. We do. It's random.
fucking
yeah,
hell.
yeah.
Follow closely by
Buck Wild, actually.
Is it
really?
Buck Wild is quite. He's about 50 fucks behind.
Is it?
50 fucks behind.
Yeah,
you.
50?
yeah.
That's
50,
yeah.
fucking child shit.
Yeah, no, but I know, but no, but
Amateur fucks.
Buck Wild was no, but he thinks he won it because he had fuck on his t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
I got a fucking t-shirt that says cunt.
Yeah,
Another one that says the cunt destroyer. I was going to wear that.
Oh,
Come
no,
on. Let's keep shit business right. Let's keep this shit business right.
I'm imagining the look on my wife's face when you
my
arrive
God.
at the door.
Yeah, that's the
Well, they don't call me the cunt destroyer
taking
for
it to
nothing.
town.
That's the Weatherspoons. That's the Weatherspoons t-shirt, dude. That's the one you should wear in Weatherspoons.
and obviously we have got Maya Lloyd, DeeJay XL,
do.
Barry,
DeeJay XL, Huw
fucking
Wackman.
Huw Wackman.
More names than Jason Bourne, yeah. Was it Brad Pitt? Was it Brad Pitt on it? That's it.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt wins the scratch pit.
Fucking hell, it's
I know.
ridiculous.
And the man that's off camera, Dan.
This is Scott.
We've got the amazing Scott. Where can you get jump in cameras, Scott? Go on.
He doesn't
go
want to
mate.
be on
He doesn't
it.
want to.
He hasn't done his eyebrows.
Yeah,
let him be off camera.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
He hasn't tweezed his pubes, so he's like, he's just off. He's off. So, but Scott is a good mate of mine, and also he's one of the sponsors. He donated the Newmark PTO1 scratch
Very
custom
nice. version
version for the winner of the scratch pit. So thanks very much for that,
Thank you,
dude.
Scott.
Thank you,
Absolutely
Scott.
awesome.
And what is the sponsor for, Maya?
For some little crappy DJ battle, which apparently is really boring as fuck. So it's a fuck.
It's gonna go bad.
So we had a
Yeah,
good
you
video.
fucking know that.
We had a good video yesterday. Someone, what's his name?
Nick Dunn.
Nick.
Buck Wild. DJ
Buck Wild. He does a really good series where everything's boring.
Oh no, right. He cannot take credit for that.
I thought it was
Wait.
your shit, wasn't it?
Oh, I started that.
Oh, you start. So let's rewind. So Ollie did start this, and Buck Wild bit him and skanked it. Apparently, I didn't say that.
No, we
It
get.
was Ollie.
I'll be precise. Basically, he posted up a video of like, oh, look at my video, and I was like, that is the most boring video I've ever.
Oh, okay. and then he ran.
And then he was like, oh my god, it is actually boring. It got loads of views, and then the boring thing started. So he didn't bite me,
I
but
have to say that I think with that thing, I think Woody fucking stole it.
see, I think I did a better job than Woody.
I think
I haven't seen the Woody one.
If you know Woody, right?
Oh, is that
That video,
the painting
his
one.
face,
the painting one, yeah.
his face and his description. I fucking watched it about 4 times. I was fucking crying. And I actually messaged out. I said, Lee, that is fucking absolute mint. Fucking right. And as a painter and decorator, he could have lost the tape and learned how to cut him.
You're a little bit biased, to be fair.
Yeah, the tape was good. It was a nice line he had on there. The brush,
The roller was good.
fuck it anyway. Fucking hell, man.
So there was this
decorating hard on going on.
There was a video going around yesterday, one of the posts saying how boring Unstoppable is, and do not come to this event with all these boring DJs like JFB and Switch and Jimi Needles and
somebody did that today.
and Random and I'm not even playing at my own battle, so
you don't get a mention.
I don't even get a mention.
Playing?
No, I'm not doing anything.
Fuck,
No,
what's
not
up
even
with
doing
that?
anything. But
Fucking hell.
I was going to do a set.
Leotard.
I was going to do I was going to do some contortion, but we'll leave that. We'll leave that because we don't want to give that away. But that's a bit of a speciality. But we saw this great video yesterday by Buck Wild saying how sort of. I hope he's joking, saying how shit it's going to be and how boring it's going to be.
I'm pretty certain he's joking. He's so proud of himself. He sent it to me.
Yeah. Is that the video?
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet.
It's really good, actually. You sent it me last night.
I actually think it's genius because it's a funny angle. Do you know what I mean? Like it'll reach some people. And it'll
but
help.
Luke Skywalker came up with the funniest one. What did he call it?
No, these names, man, the names we have, isn't it?
He's such a favourite dickhead.
So he came up with, he was going to do another battle, but a boring battle, and he called it
unbearable.
Unbearable battle.
Guess who's fucking hosting that as well?
So there's going to be an unbearable battle running up to the.
I reckon we should do that.
battle.
It might be unbearable by the time we finished it. It depends.
It will be, yeah, definitely.
Probably go over
For
about a
us,
week.
it will be a nightmare.
We'll feel like a week. Anyway.
Yeah. We'll be busy. Well, yeah, we are. And for those who haven't come across it yet on social media, what's actually happening, Maya?
So we've got this battle called Unstoppable. Come up with the idea. Actually, I come up with an idea about '97 because my last DJ battle was in '98, and I just got. It's getting a bit pissed off by it all, it's a lot of work, guys. You know this. There's so much.
Man, you know that.
Especially back when it's vinyl, right?
And when you're getting older, right?
Yeah.
It's all right when you're a kid and when you're with your mum and dad because all your shit's covered.
Yeah.
But when you got to spend, the best part of 6-7 months practicing for a
Yeah.
DJ competition, you ain't got time for a job.
Yeah,
And if
it's
you have
hard
got
work.
time for a job, something's got to give. And it ain't going to be a job because that's paying. It's going to be your practice. So
Exactly.
yeah, man.
Well,
I know that.
I done it sort of. Well, 1987 was my first, and that's where me and Random first met. Which was
89.
Was it 89?
89.
So my first was 87. Then we met in 89, and there was a guy called Terry Crofts. Do you remember Terry Crofts?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
doing all the mixing at the one point, and
So he was a fucking grown man.
no, he was
we
like
were
a
kids,
full,
innit?
like we were like
He was a
18,
fucking
19.
grown man.
He was a proper dude. He was good. He was really good
Proper
mixing and
fucking
stuff.
DJ as
But,
well, yeah.
I've been doing it since then. Same as like Random. It's a long time, man. And then '98 was my last battle against Prime Cats and Tony and stuff. And I sort of just had enough of it by then, And I went off and did stuff. I went to uni and all that sort of stuff. And then, but I'd always wanted to do a battle. I always had an idea in my head to do something different and just get sidetracked, like you said, for life. And then I did last year, or the year before DMC, and I come back and I just thought, I'm getting too old for doing this, like you said. I'm not going to trauma dump, but my mum and dad died. They died quite close to each other. My dad died just before the DMC.
Next to each other.
Yeah, exactly. Not that they died. She fell down the stairs, and he died on the shitter. And it was.
He's not trauma dumping,
No,
man.
I'm not trauma dump. But it got my brain thinking about stuff I want to do before I kick the bucket sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's sort of. And I was going through the DMC thing after my old man passed away. He died in May, and then it was in September or November, was it?
Yeah.
DMC. So I was practicing. And I was so intense, like doing it. And I just thought, I just don't know if I want to keep doing this anymore. So, I want to take a back seat because I'm quite creative, and I just thought, let's try something else. So I just come up with another concept. I looked at the way that I've always seen battles, IDA, DMCs, the Goldie Awards, all that sort of stuff. ITF, and I've been in quite a few of them. I haven't been in the IDA.
I was going to say, you didn't do the ITF, did you?
I did it in Birmingham in the 90s, and me and my mate Gripster.
Yeah, I remember.
And my needles jumped, and I couldn't get whatever shortcut was there judging, and I came on. Apparently, it was one of the faves to do it and I went on, could not clear the needles, do it every time I went to start, and
Was that the year that Jazz T won it? Won the advancement?
It might have been because my mate Gripster came second.
The reason I wasn't there is that was the day before my mum's funeral.
Oh mate,
so,
yeah.
And then,
sorry.
And then Jazz T won it, and he phoned me up. It was like I was literally just getting ready for the funeral, like 11 o'clock on a Sunday night or something.
I mean, well, this was 97, 98.
A little bit before that, I think it was 99. Jazz T won.
Yeah, this was a long time. And my mate came second in the whole thing. I forgot who won it, but I remember I had all these routines ready for it, and I just could not. The needles were jumping.
What needles were they?
Always autophons I used at the time, and I just
really?
crashed out. But also I used to use and I use autophons now. I love that. I love autophon. But at the time I could not get it to work, so I just crashed out. I said, "Fuck this!"
Right, been there. Yeah.
So going back to the point, it's just it made me think a lot about what I want to do and what I would do different if I had a battle. And then I got put in touch with these two handsome men here. And then I've always known this beautiful guy here anyway, so from all the years. The history of me and Random is like, we all used to DJ in Wales, and Random used to come down to Wales for Martha's Vineyard for the DMCs and kick the fuck out of us.
What, Martha's Vineyard's an actual place?
In Wales, yeah, it was a nightclub.
No, we just fucking made it.
Yeah, we
up.
made it up. It was called, yeah.
I just thought it was fucking. I just thought it was like fucking. Like you watch,
There is,
programs,
yeah, with Greeks,
and they
and
talk
they
about
feed you.
Martha's Vineyard. And I just thought it was like
reason I ended there. I don't even fucking
So I
like it.
invented Martha's Vineyard, yeah. So anyway, it was a nightclub, and it was
Right,
the
okay.
place there, the DMCs, yeah. So Dom used to come down, and for 2 years he kicked the shit out of us, and we used
3
to
years, wasn't it?
And
3 years.
Oh, I do fucking rub it in, mate. Come
I'm
on.
taking a year from him.
And every time we would go, oh, fucking bastard, he's fucking Tony again, like that. And we at the time we.
But you know what, right? The first year I entered, right, because it was either go to London, which is going to be a nightmare.
round, yeah.
The next nearest place.
So
that I
you
could
would
enter-
literally just go in to pick on the Welsh.
Yeah, because it was easier.
Man, for
Go down,
fuck's
Welsh and bully them.
Wait, making me sound like some fucking 5'6" of bully, right? So,
He was. He's a turntablist.
So I could have gone.
bully,
I could have gone to London, which is
Yeah.
my nearest heat, but it's too many people, and it's like
Yeah.
you don't get a chance to shine. So the next nearest heat, they done one in Wales, and I'm like, man, that's like an hour and a half away. So I'm like, let's go down there. Right?
Yeah, we knew about it.
These cunts would be so fucking. These cunts would be so backwards, right? That fucking, I just walk in and win it. So I walked in with all my people, and we're like fucking about 15, 20 of us, fucking London kids. I don't even live in fucking London, but it's good enough anyway. And as soon as we got to the sound check, I was like, oh fuck, this ain't gonna be as fucking easy as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. Right? It was you,
Cool, yeah.
Demo.
JB.
and JB, Buzz, isn't it?
Buzz, yeah.
Those three
Jack the
people,
Buzz.
I watched all three of them. I was like, fuck. And even when I went back the next year, I've done it again. It was still, as soon as I see him, I see Demo, I see JB, and I'm like, these cunts are here again. It's going to be a fucking shocker. And like 1990 was fucking tough. But yeah. Anyway, so much as I went down there to fucking thinking I was the shit, it certainly weren't that fucking easy.
Yeah.
And there's a lesson there that if you're gonna if DMC do that shit again when they have heats or any sort of competition where you think I'm gonna go somewhere backward where I can fucking win it, man. I'm just digging a hole for myself. Right?
Fuck off, mate. We'll have a sheep with a lamppost.
No, the whole point.
Leisure centre.
I would have fucked it. Straight away. But what I'm saying is, right? Fucking hell. If you think some shit's going to be easy because of your perception of it,
No, it's
usually
true.
fucking isn't.
Any Celtish fans you had, Random, had done that.
No, guys, honestly, we had a great laugh. Like at that time, obviously it's a long time, but 87, 88, 89, something like that. Yeah, we were sort of slightly behind on the turntables. We couldn't see it, right?
Not as much as you think you were.
I know,
And
but
that's coming from someone that spent every fucking weekend in London from the age of
course,
16. So
Well,
you weren't. Like I say, it was a shocker for me because I was like, oh fuck.
Well, I
Right, so
remember-
here's an interesting one before we get there, right? So you obviously we're talking about a time when there wasn't any internet. You couldn't go on Facebook and see some guy up in
No
Dundee
D-
juggling something.
no
you couldn't do this, you
DVDs,
couldn't do
that's
that. And the Americans are the boys that started it back in the 70s on the basketball courts. So how far behind was the UK to the United States then? That's the interesting subject.
It depends what year you're saying.
About early 90s, you know, was there much of a gap between the US guys that started
I would
it?
say come back a little bit further.
Yeah,
to, like,
got to go back further with the
to the mid to
divides.
late 80s, right? You got to remember the late 80s. You had people like Pogo and Swift who were actually going to the new music seminar battles in
Yeah.
like 87,
And they were
88,
winning that there.
right? And they were not fucking around. So, if you want to talk about in terms of how far behind the US we were, I would say by 88, 89, we fucking weren't. Right, you've only got to look at people like Swift doing like the copycat, for example, which has ended up being, you know, one of the earliest forms of beat juggling. Right, that's a UK thing. Right?
So you're saying that Swift was one of the first guys to
Yeah.
actually juggle a beat?
100%.
Yeah.
Fucking, and that shit is on video.
Well, everyone
right?
thinks it's Steve D and all those guys, even though Steve D was
Steve
what
D
he did,
took
the
it,
patterns were
innovated, right? But you look at Swift, right? And that shit is on video for, I think it was like 87, 88.
Yeah.
And he came up with that technique, which at the time was called the copycat, which is basically a beat chase. There's your beginnings of beat juggling. Now, there's this thing about, or the New York DJs will say, you know, Steve D invented it.
awesome. Yeah, everyone says it, doesn't they?
There's a whole backstory there, which I'm not going to get into, which is about when Pogo and Cutmaster Smith went to the NMS, and they've come in, and at the time it was just a traditional, just a fucking New York DJ battle, and then you got these foreigners coming in, like from the UK, Noise, you know, Europeans coming in, and it shut the Americans up. You know, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like me going to Wales thinking, oh,
Yeah.
these backwards fuckers, right? And then you go there and it's like, oh, hang on a minute. And I've seen the footage from when Pogo and Swift were in the NMS, and, you know, one day it will become public. There's some of it out there now. But we weren't that far behind, and I would say by the very late 80s into the 90s, we were a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
I agree.
You know,
No,
we
I
would
agree.
fucking, you bring a Yank over here, we will take your shit to you, and you will go home with something to fucking think about.
Mm.
Yeah.
End of.
Yeah, it was
So-
good. It was a good time, man. That's why I love it so much. This is why, like, we used to see each other, and the heats used to make. I remember turning up for the Birmingham heat when I won it. I won it in the Institute, right? I won the heat. Mate, that was like the UK final. It was absolutely massive. I turned up and there was 40 or 50 DJs in the heat, right? And at that time, I used to carry my set in a Sainsbury's
I
bag
remember,
or
yeah.
Tesco's bag deliberately, because I used to see people turning up all sort of blinged out, and when they got on, some of them actually went, "How do I turn the turntable on?"
Yeah.
No, seriously,
know.
didn't know how to do it.
You know.
A lot of people do it for tickets. They used to flag a ticket, try and get a ticket.
Right, okay.
But you had to go through the heat in the day and watch person after person go on. 40 DJs, mate, it's a lot.
You remember the first heat in Wales in 1989? There was, I remember that, 33 DJs.
33, just in the heat.
Each one,
That's the heat.
of
3
the
minutes
afternoon,
each.
it was 3 minutes, wasn't
3
it?
minutes you got.
Yeah, that's a fucking long
And then-
afternoon,
So
man.
by the yeah, it is, and then you're waiting. You think, oh fuck, someone just got on. They're really good. They're really good. And you're shitting yourself. And it's your first time you've done it.
Those doubts are just
You're crapping
like,
yourself,
oh,
yeah?
no.
Savage.
Yeah.
And it's all on vinyl, right? There's no recording it. There's no sort of online stuff where you can practice it and real. You got one hit at it, and that's why we innovated so much. You know, we didn't see what anyone was doing. The whole American thing. All I used to do, I used to watch the American finals, because that's the only access
That's
we
who
had
you
was
had.
the tapes from DMC, and then they started doing the UK finals after.
I think occasionally as well, I remember when I was like,
The world eliminations sometimes as well.
very occasionally you would get some footage on MTV of
Okay, yeah,
the new
yeah.
music seminar.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
even that, you're looking at like, what, 87, 88,
Yeah.
maybe 89.
Mate, I didn't even
And
know
that was it.
in Wales we didn't even have TVs then. They didn't.
No, I know.
Like, I'm not shitting you. I'm not
I came
shitting
down,
you.
I brought a load of TVs and retired after it.
I'm not shitting you. My TV and video, right, in my house was rented. We rented a TV.
Higher purchase.
And
Yeah.
rented.
Yeah, my old man lived
50p's in it. We had
Remember a bloke in the
50p's.
pub here, fucking loads of
Honestly, we rented that shit. So look, we got a lot of history, and it's really good history as well. And rivalries, it's really important. So hence, coming back to where we are now, I just think I've always wanted to do it. I've always been on the other side of it. I've learned a lot from it, just seeing what other people want. And DMC has been good to us, and especially, you know, but I wouldn't be where I am without DMC. Like, it's sort of shaped my life, you know, and a lot of us think the same thing. So I want to shout out to Tony, especially Dan as well. Dan's been amazing to me, especially when I was in San Francisco. Him and Tess, his wife, brilliant people, had an amazing time. So little seeds started going in my head. I'm thinking, right, from 1987, I've been thinking about doing this battle. What can I do that all the other battles have done, but slightly different, in just a different format? And I just sat there and I had some time on my hands because I'm not making any fucking money DJing. And I just sat there thinking, how can I get this to change? And what at the time I came up with an idea, you know, like the traveling men back in the 1800s, like selling snake oil and all this sort of stuff. I had an idea from Huw Wackman's magical mystery tour of the turntable, something like this, and I called it Unstoppable. And I was going to pitch an idea to Technics about how, because my shtick is turntable tricks and stuff, and every single time I've used it, they've tested, you know, they're so strong and powerful. I can do what I want with them, and they don't break. Literally unstoppable. So that's where the name come from. And originally, the Unstoppable name was from, I was going to do a pitch to do a tour with Technics and see if I could go around and then do a demo of me with the deck upside down, then spinning it, then sideways, and then doing the needle drumming thing I did in this year. And then I thought that's a pretty good name. And then I just thought, good name for a battle, Unstoppable. And then I just went from there. And part of that set, this magical mystery tour thing of turntables, I was going to do, and I still might do this, I was going to go to a gig and I just get a wheel of fortune, I spin the wheel, and I've got every genre of music on there, and whatever it lands on, that's what I play that night. So if I go and it lands on drum and bass, I play drum and bass.
That sounds like the inside of my head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, honestly, it's exactly, you just never know. But I have no choice. I literally, it's got to be house, hip hop, funk, jazz, you know, anything. If it lands on that, that's what you're going to get. And I just thought, how can I introduce this luck element to DJing? So I just thought, I thought of the ITF battles first of all, because they're like one of the first ones in the new music seminars, and I thought of the supremacy battles, and then I just thought, how can I get this where it's not judges holding up specific scorecards or having a conversation? I thought, winner stays on. Just literally winner stays on, and if you get drawn first, you have to stay on and beat everyone else. So the concept is now that we get 2 groups of 4 DJs. If you're in the first group, you pick out of the hat. If you're drawn first, you have to go beat number 1. You're on first, you got to beat number 2, number 3, and if you get to the end, you get to the final. But if you're number 4, you might only have to do 1 set, right, and win. But then the pressure is so on, and like Dan said, being first, even though it seems like a disadvantage, it's actually a good advantage, because then you start to get the crowd behind you, right? And they want you to reach the
and
end.
You also get practice.
Well, you're warmed up, aren't you?
You're warmed up.
I mean, the
you know.
worst thing is jumping on. Like obviously, my experience from crowd work is like slow mixing and, you know, doing a fucking 60-minute set. And your first 2 mixes are dog shit. Let's face, because you're fucking
still getting in.
you're adrenaline pumping.
You're warming up. Yeah.
All of yours are dog shit.
I need to fucking tell everyone.
Yeah, mine's
The way they pay me.
Man, mixing on vinyl, no, I wouldn't have. Honestly, I wouldn't have a fucking clue.
I
would struggle with it.
But there is an element of, obviously, you know, like when you jump on first.
Yeah.
Like you've got your adrenaline dump, you've got the crowd, you're new to it, so you're at a distinct disadvantage. If a guy's good enough to beat the first guy, the second guy, the third guy, then the last person on, I'd say they're at more of a disadvantage than the guy that stayed on, because he's warmed up. Like you said, the crowd's behind him, he's buzzed, his dexterity's on, he's in the fucking thing, and you've got to jump on fresh.
And his confidence is high,
against this monster that's just taken down 4. So as much as when you look at it initially, that it is a thing of luck and it's whatever you draw. I don't think where you draw,
win, man.
you've still got to fucking win.
Exactly.
You've still got to win to get ahead.
But this is where the name comes from, right? So I've been explaining this to some of the guys that, and we're going to have a teams to make sure everyone understands the process of it. But I've been trying to explain it a bit. I said, guys, it's not like some of my DMC battles, especially your Supremacy last year. I saved it because I thought I could probably win against that DJ with this, right? And I could probably win with this. You know, it's good enough to beat. And that's bad. But you know, you judge other DJs what you think you can do.
Man.
This you can't do that. right? Because you will only get 2 minutes. You might have 5 sets to do, or you might only have 3 sets to do if you get to the final, right? So every set has to be unstoppable. You can't. There's no filler. There's no album crappy filler. Every set. So if it was me going on, my advice, guys, if I'm going on first, me and Dan are gutted we can't even enter it because I would love to. I'd love to enter this format. It's such a fun. It's such a bit of fun. We've thought about how can we get around this shit. We can rename ourselves and win.
It's your competition. Do what the fuck you want.
I can't.
I'm fucking entering as well.
It's going to be my own competition.
Huw Wackman. Huw Wackman. Fucking
Huw Wackman.
But the point I wanted it to be Screw Hackman because I'm so handsome and all the women think I want to be with this dude, right? So Screw Hackman. But the point is, every single set, you cannot risk it. So if it was me, I would go in with my best set when you go on, right? Forget about the final. Getting to the final is awesome anyway. If you get to the final, it's going to be good. Do not hold back anything on that. You might come from France, wherever you've turned up from, you get 2 minutes. And that's the fun of it.
Do you know what I think's the most interesting thing is the tiebreaker.
Oh yeah, that's
because
that's the one I
involve
brought in.
weapons.
Oh, well, basically, yeah. Go on.
CS gas, machete, fucking man. That's
You're not allowed near any of that.
Well, out of all the ideas for the battle, the one I've always wanted to see, which I used to love, was when someone would just get on a set of decks and just do an old school.
Yeah.
Like rock raider,
Yeah.
Just do a battle set, and every single part of your gear is on the decks, your arms, your legs. So I thought, for the tiebreaker, we get 1 minute. So in the prelims,
high.
it's rock the bells, yeah.
Rock the bells.
Okay.
So you get 1 minute rock the bells in the prelims.
I'd kill myself.
right?
I fucking hate that tune, but yeah.
But everyone,
Or Peter Piper.
but Peter Piper.
Razor blade.
But Peter Piper's for the final, right? But the reason I use those is because you can't hide from it.
They are like.
It's like the R sample, isn't it?
They're training records,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you ain't got a routine with that, then
Yeah.
you know.
And you
bullshit.
can't hide from it. So every DJ, even the punters, know
Know
what
that
you're doing
record,
with Rock
yeah,
the
yeah.
Bells.
Yeah.
And everyone's seen Cubert's Rock the Bells routine, and you know it's a killer routine. Everyone's seen the original Jazzy Jeff routine, and I've got one I teach the kids. That's how I practice with that. It's great to practice, like Dom said. But no one can hide from it, right?
Yeah.
So even if you press buttons, you're a button pressing DJ.
It's an honest thing.
It levels you, yeah. You have to be able to have
It's
that
honest,
in your bag.
and also it's like if we think about, because you know, from our perspective as well, we want to use the event to get more people into it, to support it as an art form in the country, and we want people turning up to this event that aren't necessarily in the scene,
Yeah.
and we want them to be able to understand it. And with a record like that, everybody knows those tunes.
Yeah.
Everybody's probably seen a Jazzy Jeff or that content will have come across them at some point. So they won't be aliens to it at all. You know, it will be something that they can actually identify with, even if they're miles out of this community, you know, and I think that's really important.
And the bit
I just hope that we end up with one. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we might have to engineer a tiebreak now, but we really do hope we get
I'm
one.
quite open to bribery.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
If anyone's looking, I'm quite open to bribery.
Dom likes his jackets, right? What they call Averex, right? And some Pumas, right? So get some Puma trainers in. You're in.
Or just cash.
Or cash.
Or just cash.
Whatever you want, right?
Cold hard. Fucking cash.
Love a bit of folding, me.
Yeah, so that's the whole point. It's more of a luck thing, right?
Yeah.
You might only get 2 minutes. It doesn't matter. This year, every DJ who enters, no matter before you even go on, you're going to get a jacket, like because we're going back to the old style that we used to before. So the 8 DJs in Unstoppable, before you start, you're going to get a jacket with your name on it and the brand. You're gonna, which one we have? This one here.
Either or, mate.
You're gonna get an Unstoppable T-shirt just for turning up, and you're gonna get a set of the old slippies, right? And we're just gonna go back and sort of give you something to work towards, something really nice. And even if we just get 2 minutes, at least you've got 2 minutes, and it's a good crack, and it's just gonna be no stress.
But I like
Yeah?
the fucking the fact that you've there's no working your way up, right? You fucking come in all guns blazing.
Yeah,
You have to. Yeah, I like that. That's
Bang.
That's a good angle. Yeah.
The only
I
problem
agree.
I've got is like spending like 2 or 3 hours in a state of fucking high anxiety. It's probably no good for anyone's heart. But man, it makes some good entertainment, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
it's
yeah.
visually it's good, and it's for the crowd. It's good, yeah. So judge-wise,
Everyone's bringing their fucking A game, and that's that's what a
Yeah.
competition should be about. Like,
Plus
A game.
We want it to be sort of quite quick. Like we want it to be fairly quick fire. So
we're not
setting
thinking
up,
about it all the
we're
time.
setting up
yeah?
a triangle.
You ain't got no time to think.
Right.
Yeah, no,
We're
that's
setting
what
up a
kills
triangle.
us, isn't it? Yeah.
There's going to be DJ here, DJ
The
here,
fence- it's gonna have
DJ
the
ready to
fences,
come
yeah?
on. It's going to have fences around it so the crowd can't interfere with you. But like,
Got it.
It's like I know, it's like boiler rooms.
but it is going to have that like face-to-face energy. Like while number one is on, number two is standing there,
Yeah.
Watching,
right, taking it. Right, like it's a battle.
and
right?
we
It's about-
encourage lots of disses. Yeah, it has to be loads. We want loads of
We
disses.
want disses. We want good old fashioned fucking wicked like DJ battle material. But equally, at the flip side of that, we do also want it to be nice for the DJs, fun for the DJs
Yeah,
as well, right?
and it's a bit.
Event-
a bit
I don't want anybody like I don't want anybody throwing up backstage out of stress. I don't want
that'd
any of
probably
that
be me.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, I'm not even in it.
Well, we'll be on stage, so we're judging. Me and Dom are judging, and when we got Switch, we got JFB, we've got Luke Skywalker, we've got
Woody.
Blakey, Woody. Who have I missed out? Anyone else?
Brian Harvey.
Brian Harvey, Barry Chuckle, me. I'm on
I've seen him play. I've seen him play
Is
that
it?
year at Beater.
Oh, Timmy Mallett's in as well. Timmy Mallet. Timmy Mallet. But with the judging, for example, we're trying to do something a little bit different. I don't know. Someone might have done it somewhere. What we've got is so we're going to be at a vantage point on the stage instead of the other way around. So the judge is going to be on stage looking down onto the floor at the DJ, so we can see everything. Yeah, looking down.
Right,
DJs are in the crowd. DJs are in the crowd.
So you can
need
see
clear
everything.
visual
Yeah?
access to
Yeah,
everything.
But also with the judging, instead of us all marking something down with a lot of the old school way of doing it, what we're going to have is like Britain's Got Talent buzzers, really cheapo kiddies one off Amazon. Yeah, he's laughing. So, for example, Dom will have like a red.
Off you fuck!
Yeah, fuck off. Like Dom's gonna have red and yellow. More have red and yellow, right?
Just red.
Oh, yeah, he's just gonna go fuck off. But we're gonna get it mic'd up because only cheap pieces of shit off Amazon, right? So it'll be like that. So instead of us having a conflab and saying who's gonna win, you're going to be going, right, Dom, what do you think? And you
It's
go,
a no from me.
fuck off, red, right? No, but the red is the winner. Red is the winner, or yellow is the winner, right? So you just go red, and instead you just go straight across the line, so no one
choosing
knows
who it is.
what
Bang.
each person's going to say, right?
DJ
So
one,
I go
two.
yellow,
No,
Dom
I'm
goes
all over
red,
this shit.
Blakey
I'm
goes
all over
blue,
this shit.
JFB, and then when you get to the end, that's where the tiebreaker comes in. And then you go, crowd, who do you think? Who do you think? And we've also got in the final a decibel meter. Right, like it used to be back in the day. So if there's a tie break, we take it to the crowd for
Man,
the
it's
final.
funny,
man.
right? Because a long time ago, going back a while, when DJ Pogo had done the Battle Royale that was at the Jazz Cafe, that was, when was that? Like, late 90s. And when he was setting it up, like, he was discussing with me, like, getting a decibel meter there. And just like, cause I don't know, I know, we're talking here about DJ competitions, but a DJ battle is different. And for me personally, I've done lots of DJ battles where it's not a competition. You are up against someone local or, that kind of thing. And there was no judges, there was no scorecards. When you've done your shit, it was down to the crowd.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the crowd decided who won, right?
Yeah.
You can argue about what the fuck they're talking about, or they're fucking idiots, or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Your battle's done when the crowd have made a decision. And to have a decibel meter there, that's gonna ramp shit up. Do you know what I mean? That's,
Well, it will,
that's
mate.
what we-
Yeah.
Just a
that's
bit
what
of
we-
fun. Like you go, right, we're going to go and blue and whatever. So they go, yeah, and then green. But that's the decider. That we haven't worked out exactly how we're going to implement that yet, 100%. But
We are going to try and create more interaction and conversation with the crowd.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and encourage that with, free T-shirts and stuff like that, right? Because
Cash.
the more
money's always good.
get back
Casual
to it, but
Drugs.
because again, right, one of the key things is getting more people involved in it, having fun with it. Do you know what I mean? Getting to understand it. So yeah, decisions are gonna be quick.
Yeah.
But then what we might have is a quick debrief of like what was it what was it he jumped out on, you know, or what did the crowd love out of this? Someone brave in the crowd says something, you give them a t-shirt. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, to give that kind of, make it more, as much interaction. Because I think if you're one of these DJs, right, it's a lot of hard graft. It's a lot of hard work. You agonize over these small details that you're like, will that have an impact? Will that land? And
100%.
It's so magic, right? If you deliver whatever your routine is, you get buzzed positive, and then someone in the crowd goes, I love the way that you used that sample. And it's just like, wow, that's just fucking great energy for everybody in the room, right? Good juju, everyone's getting involved. He's pointed out something probably nobody else noticed. That's amazing,
your
right?
whole
that
shit has
helps.
just been validated 100%.
That's it, and like the culture grows from that, you know, like that's fucking wicked.
But what we're going to do
hoping for that.
Sorry, what we're going to do with the judging as well, Dom, is once we've all judged and you've picked, we just kind of a brief overview. Say, Excel, why did you choose that? Dom, why did you choose that? Just quickly to explain to the crowd, and the DJs get live feedback.
I think that's an important thing to do.
But the crowd understand
because
it better.
So many DJ competitions, for fucking time immemorial, where people don't really get to see the scorecard, but they don't understand how the judges have come to that. So you get these controversial decisions where people say, in my opinion, this shouldn't have happened, that should have happened. As far as I'm concerned, in a DJ competition or a battle, the judge's decision is fucking final.
Oh, 100%,
right?
mate.
But it does help to have some transparency there.
Yeah, that's good.
To say, as a judge, this is why I decided that my man won here, or why my man lost.
Yeah.
You know, because otherwise we just look like fucking demons. I've spent something like 12 years judging DMC competitions, from grassroots heats up to world finals. And it's a thankless job, because you got people saying, "Oh, well, you know, fuck his decision. That's bullshit. I thought this." Man, I don't give a fuck what you think, right?
I bet.
This is my decision, but you don't get that fucking space to turn around and say, "This is why I made that decision." And I think that's going to help with some transparency about how these things
That's
happen.
one of the reasons I did it, because I've we've all been there. We thought we've won it, you know, and some of the battles I
man,
I
trust
thought
me,
I've
we've
won
all
it,
got horror stories,
and I'll
innit?
stand my ground. I think I've won it, but you know, I've had conversations recently, and it's opened my eyes a little bit, and I thought, yeah, that is actually a good point, yeah. So it made me think about, even though on the day you go, oh fuck this, I think I won it.
Heat of battle, though.
Yeah, of course, because you want to win, and you've worked your nuts off, like you said. But when you've actually thought of it, and you have other people's input, you think, yeah,
Fair
you know,
enough.
and ultimately, it is just a DJ battle. But you get caught up in this fucking thing. I've worked so, and I've experienced it myself recently, and I thought I should have won this, and then I've had a conversation, and I thought, nah, you know, that's fair. That's fair.
I
So
understand
that's
it,
why I
but
want that. You know,
You've got to remember though that some of us, maybe all of us, in those situations, it's fucking make or break. We are in something that is like, I know people say, "Well, it's only a DJ competition." It's the fucking, we have put all of our fucking eggs in one basket,
Yeah,
and if
it's
this
scary,
shit don't work, we're fucked.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Now, maybe not so much now, but when I was younger, when I was entering those competitions, that shit was fucking make or break for me, right?
Yeah.
It was a way out of all sorts of fuckery. And if I didn't get that result, or if I fuck something up, that shit is fucked.
Yeah, it lives with me as well for ages. It lives with me for a long
Oh, I
time.
mean,
Oh man, you know that.
I've been on the.
You know
I was
that.
always on the buildings, and doing like menial jobs. I'm not saying that's menial, but you know,
Man,
I've worked my ass off all my
clean
life on the
fucking
buildings.
toilets, I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck.
yeah, like
I don't give a shit.
All my younger life, I've just done. When I say menial jobs, I don't mean that. I mean what I mean is not as in like career jobs, right? For me, I've always done. Like, I was painting skirting boards in fucking B&Q because my sister got the
I
job.
still do. Those fucking hands cost me a fortune.
But that's what I'm saying. But she goes, I got you a job for 2 weeks, and then we used to work for this factory where we would just go. They'd let you. They put you on for 6 months, and we'd go. We used to make all Harrods shop windows, all the displays. We'd make all that. It was called Vantage
I
Design.
get paid fuck all for it.
£2.50 an hour.
Man, you
That's how
know.
much we were on. Yeah, £2.50 an hour.
Fucking
So
hell.
all my jobs were those jobs. So,
That was last week.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks. Mate, last year I earned less then than I earn now. More than. I'm on less than £2.50 an hour now. I'm not shitting you. But the point I'm trying to make, I didn't care.
Can you
because
hook me up?
Yeah, mate, I'll get you on. Like, fucking Sainsbury's won their front doors painting and their glass.
Rather than the back door.
Oh my God, here we go.
What
But to put what you're saying in perspective.
What I'm saying is, let me finish that one point. Is even though I had all these jobs, that wasn't my focus. My focus was DJing, right? And I didn't care my money. I didn't care about girlfriend. I did care about girlfriends, but the main focus was money, so I could buy records to practice, and that was it. I didn't really care about anything.
But that's where people that are just a stupid DJ battle. And there is an element of that because you are just turning up and just doing what you can do.
But the majority of those people have never struggled in their fucking lives.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
And like from this process, obviously, like back when I used to like DJ for a living, like, and up to now, like up to the battle guys, like, I don't have the battle experience you have, but I've been sort of getting a mate of mine into the spirit of fucking pushing himself out there and getting himself there. And I started revisiting how I used to feel back in the day when I was turning up to gigs. And I do my week. My week was menial. It was boring. My head was a fucking mess. And all I do was practice. And I remember coming up to that weekend, and my set I made for that weekend, it was like, if that set doesn't make sure that the person that's got me watching them is scared stiff that I'm watching them, and the person who's following me is scared fucking stiff to follow me, and that person doesn't dedicate their week to making sure they can stand with me, 100%. Then I'm not doing my fucking job properly.
100%.
Right? And I did a live stream with my mate, and he's been like, he's a little bit in, he's a little bit out. And I said to him, I was like, I'm going to come and do a live stream with you, right? And I'm going to put my old head on. And I practiced this set 25 times for a live stream with 9 people on.
It doesn't matter.
And I was like, right,
matter.
I need to show my friend the sort of person he's going to come up against when he gigs. And I went in and I practiced it 25 times. And I was like, I'm not turning up as your friend today. I'm turning up as the monster I used to be. And I'm turning up. When you're watching, I'm going on first. You've got to follow me. When I'm turning up, you've got to watch me do this set. And you've got to watch me go in with my fucking game head on.
Fucking business, man.
Right? It's business. I'm not a friend. I'm coming here to embarrass you. And the next time I watch you play, you're going to be fucking scared that I'm watching you.
That's a
and
fucking
you're not
attitude.
going to want to fucking fight.
That's the
and
attitude
that is how I
everyone
went
should
in. And I spoke to a couple of other mates about it. And they were like, yeah, all the guys I know that have done well, right, they're like, yeah, that was my headspace. Maybe I wasn't as aggressive as you, Ollie. But
it has to be. Because how the fuck are you going to stand out?
Exactly, yeah.
How the fuck are you going to put yourself above someone?
And do you know what happens?
In a position where next week you need to make more money than them. But do you know, you've got to be better than them.
But do you know, and people may think, right, what was going on in my head was silly, and that doesn't exist, yeah? On the live stream, right, the guy commented on the live stream who was after me, he was like, sorry for the guy that's got to follow this. And he was like,
nice.
oh
That's
shit,
the best
it's
fucking
me.
compliment you'll ever
Best compliment you ever get. And I told my mate, and he didn't kind of believe me. And then he saw the comment, and he stood behind me, and he was like, I was so fucking scared to follow you. And I was like, so scared you're watching. I was like, you've got to get in that headspace. Because if you're not in that headspace, are you really fucking going there to
And
do
if
your
you're
business?
getting paid, and you're not in that headspace,
that's why I stopped getting paid.
Fuck that.
That's why I gave up
Because at the end of the day, the people that really matter are the people that are just paid to walk through that door. And if you ain't giving 100%, you don't fucking deserve to be there.
Do you know what? The last gig I did, right? They were like, I was getting paid for it. The last gig I did, right? They were like, oh, when do you want to play? I was like, I want to be on first. I want to be out of there. Do you know what I mean? And then I was making my set and I was resenting it. And every record I picked up, the set I was making, I was like, oh, I don't want to take your money. I don't want to take your money. I'm not doing my fucking work. And I was doing them a discount because they were mates. And I did the gig and I was like, I've got to fuck it. I can't. I'm not in the headspace anymore. I'm not a fucking killer anymore. I got to quit. And I quit. And then my killer instinct came back from me alone in my fucking thing. And my killer instinct comes out to help somebody now, to help my mate.
It's got to be
and
done.
to show my mate. And you know, since I did that to him on live, he was like, I'm fucking practicing. Yeah. I was like, we'll do it again, right? And I'm not going to come in.
See the spillover that your headspace has got someone into.
Exactly.
They are improving.
Exactly. And that's what it's about, isn't it?
You need someone to throw you off your game a little bit. So I remember 98, the last time I competed against, it was the Scratch Pervert guys. And that there was amazing little rivalry going on at that time. Those guys were so good, man. It's like, and you got to think, I was in Wales, I was living with my missus, my kid, we was there, and
walking backwards, Dom.
No, honestly, we're
fuck that.
Once a year, you're thrown into this stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's living this sort of quite normal, placid life, right, back in Wales, right? But focusing on trying to get these sets. And I remember Pogo wasn't defending, so I went on to the 98, right? from the '97 finals. And so I got thrown into it quite late, and I just thought, right, I hadn't really practiced or anything, so I had loads of different ideas, but trying to work some stuff out.
No, that was Shepherd's Bush, the final one.
Yeah, Shepherd's Bush Empire. So I was practicing for that, and I've lost my chain of thought now. What was it?
It's about being shaken out of.
Oh yeah. So I remember I did a whole set, and I was like, it was only about 2 months to practice for it, right?
Yeah.
And then I went to the London heats, and I saw Tony Vegas do a set, and I thought, fuck, I can't.
Tony's set was done.
Mine's not good
It's
enough.
utterly.
Mine's not good enough.
set was
So
done.
I literally, it made me go, fuck, I got to go back. So I went back, and I just rethought what I could do, and that's where Play It Underwater came from.
Now play it underwater. Now play it underwater. Now play it underwater.
That is one of the best things ever.
But from seeing
That is one of the
Tony
best
did, 'cause
things
Tony,
ever.
Tony put the shits up me, and I thought,
Tony had his.
hell.
That was the year he had his sucker MCs routine.
Yeah.
And I still to this fucking day, I think that's one of the best routines he has ever come up with.
Yeah.
I watch that now, and you watch what comes out when he does it. It don't even match. And Tony is fluid.
yeah.
Every movement is fluid.
Yeah, like
And
he
those
used to
beats
take
were
his
just
time,
right.
didn't he?
Yeah,
He used to
man,
take
he's
his time
quite
doing it.
sort of- what's
very
the
different
fucking-
because mine's quite.
It's like a laconic set. Is that the right word? I don't know. But that when I watched that sucker MCs thing, I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Well, this is
And-
what
and
happened.
that was straight off the back of him just coming out of the ITF. He
Yeah.
went to he ended the ITF in New York.
Well, I watched that documentary with him and Prime Cats, and it's fucking brilliant, man. The stuff they're doing on there. But you've got to think, like, we were against killers then. I mean, those guys were killers. Like, you know, look at Plus One set and that. One, man, holy shit! I'm glad I'm finished. By the time those guys came out, I'm glad I fucking finished.
Stand up or step aside.
Because it was
man.
killer, yeah, it was killer. But
I mean,
what-
Joel
was like,
Prime Cuts at that point was a fucking assassin.
yeah, it was.
That
It was
boy
awesome.
was on fire, and you know, I think even without the DMC, if you were to put him into a one-on-one situation in a nightclub, he would fucking kill you.
Yeah,
he
mate,
would
it's
leave your
awesome.
arsehole
Unreal.
looking like dog meat.
but-
Do you know what I mean?
At that point, I saw Tony. I went back, and I said to my missus, I said, I'm not gonna. I can't do this. It's like too late, right? A couple of weeks, and then I'd had this. My final set was good, doing a diss like that's. Was it Snaps? He goes, your mum is so fat. Your mum is this, and it was all these things. And then I said, I've got this other thing, and I just went, Bonham.
So that is fucking.
Now play it underwater. And went, did that.
Quite for technics, idiot mistake with
So
that fucking mixer.
seriously, mate, amazing.
Don't
mixer.
you fucking start on the
Amazing.
That
EX.
fucking mixer
Right.
was dog shit.
But I
How
dropped that.
dare you?
But I
Right,
dropped-
we're not doing this here,
I
Dom.
dropped that.
He's
Yeah.
talking.
Let's go. Shut up, no. I
Talk
dropped
about
that.
their dog shit
He
invention,
insulted
yeah.
my
But
EX.
what I'm saying, by seeing what Tony had done, it sparked me, right? And I went back home,
Yeah.
got that, and then I also come up with the twiddle on the needle,
Yeah.
which had never been done before.
That was what made it.
Yeah.
Right. If you hadn't have done
Went
that,
straight
it wouldn't
after-
have
No,
come
so
out.
do you know
that
what,
and then
right?
drop
So,
that, yeah.
we posted that on the Scratch Calf page, and
Oh,
that
shit, yeah,
that
I
one
had
went mental. It did a
Man,
million
the
and
numbers on that were mad.
million and a half views.
Yeah,
It
million
did.
and a half.
Fucking 10,000 likes,
No fucking watched it
2,000 shares.
when it was live.
No. But so
I
this
wasn't
is the
there,
story.
but I did catch up with it.
So this is the story, right? So the genius of that, right? When I posted that, I showed it to my ex, Melissa, and she doesn't know what you do on a set of turntables. She doesn't know what I'm doing. She doesn't know the
You're probably having a really
crossfader.
good fucking life for that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But she doesn't know that moving the crossfader across. Now I got a nicotine gum. She doesn't know that moving the crossfader across does this. She doesn't know what it works. And I showed her that, and she could see what you were doing. She was like, "Wow."
You see, there's a translation there between. There's nothing really hardcore technical going on, but there's a transformation of the sound,
Yeah.
and
And you can fucking see it.
What it was, I
And
knew.
you know it's clever.
and you
Yeah.
hear
You know,
it.
Yeah.
it's
I really need a week.
clever. Have a week on.
Yeah, it's absolutely genius. Obviously, she didn't know that the EX, when you dip the bass and put the treble down, it goes.
Yeah.
But she saw that happen, and that's the beauty of what you guys do. Is that it doesn't have to be mental. But if it translates and somebody can understand it, then it's the fucking genius. And that's what I think the Unstoppable Battle is going to bring people into doing, because they have to have these routines. And obviously the more experienced guys like Rasp, when we spoke to Rasp about it, he was like, oh, you know, lad, I've got fucking
He's got
102 routines I can pick from. But I think what's going to happen is
he's a machine.
He's going to revisit them, and he's going to go, yeah, but I need to bring it up to date, or I need to do something really interesting. The crowd are going to be right there. They're going to see what I'm doing, which is going to make people want to fucking do something that people can see.
Well, the point with that the play underwater one, I played to my mate, and I just thought I wasn't going to put it in there. He said, mate, you have to use that set.
Yeah.
He said it's the most understandable thing. He said, it just blew me away. So, thinking of that, this is why the Rock the Bells thing, I want that to be. I wish we could put it in there as part of the battle, as like a category that everyone has to do it at least. We just haven't got the time. Maybe in future things we can bring that in.
Or you could do a special Rock the Bells fucking warm up to
you could do a standard.
Yeah.
Dan, I know you've been working on a little routine, a sort of a
Oh yeah, I've got a Peter Piper.
Similar
to show people what sort of thing they need to do. Yeah. Do you know? I mean, everyone's got one.
Mine's not the best.
I've
Mine's just to teach kids, but it's not really the best.
I've never touched that record, but what I did pick up since I got my Cross 12s, I did get It's Time by who's it by? I always forget his name.
Al Nayfish.
That's it, Al Nayfish. Yeah, It's Time. And getting one of those classics and just It's Time. Do you know what I mean? And just touching that classic.
RC3 kills that.
It's just and then you watch somebody else do it and you're like, oh, okay.
But I was starting on a routine of that, but I've half timed it, so I'm actually playing it. It's time, and then I'm messing with it.
Really?
Yeah. So everyone's doing the other. You know me, man.
Yeah,
everyone's doing the fast, and I can't do that, but I can do it slow. I can do it slow. But when you slow that down, when it goes, it's.
I bet it's fucking lush.
It's a lot longer. It's amazing when doing tone play. It's like an R. It's like an R scratch.
Yeah.
Because it goes, it's time. Ba-bam, bam, ba-bam. So he got all that space.
Quite a lot of time to mess around.
It's a lot of space.
You've got loads of loads of time.
You've got loads of time. Yeah, mate. I mean,
Shit is
mate,
joking.
I'm so excited to see what happens with it,
Yeah.
because you know. All these things have all been designed to drive the DJs to do, you know, something a little bit special in every little part of it. The crowd being involved, you know, and like that permission to be involved as well, you know, because sometimes when it's kind of people are just sort of there, they're kind of gawping, trying to understand what's going on. If they've kind of got the permission to kind of be really a part of it and really close. It was really nice actually at the DMC this year, because we were really close to the audience.
We weren't narrow like that.
We weren't up above. Like, you know, the crowd were literally like a metre away from me, you know, like, and it made a massive difference.
Man,
I felt like you were part of it.
I was gutted. I couldn't get down there, and I couldn't get a lift down it. I couldn't stay there. But I loved that sort of closeness and the thing. This is why I want everyone around our DJs, you know, just because it's the energy is there. I think there's a better energy, you know.
There'd be a totally different dynamic, because with the setup at the moment, when you're on stage and the decks are away, and there's a screen, and 9 times out of 10.
And we'll still have the screen. We're still
going to have the screen up, but there's going to be a very different way you're going to look at it, because people are there.
Yeah.
And a really small movement is going to be noticeable.
And you can
So I
feel
think
the
it's gonna
energy.
yeah.
So when I teach the kids, we use this. We use a Rain 1, yeah, because it's good for them. The 7-inch platters and stuff. It's easier for them to manipulate that. I get them right to the front and round the sides, and when I'm spinning, they actually can't understand how fast. Because I'm an older dude, they just can't. They don't understand how you going that fast, yeah. And it blows them away a little bit. And so I go, bad, good. And these kids are going like, and they feel the energy because they're right on it like that.
There,
and the minute we got these bad boys, the little plug here, well, I use these, right, Mini Rigs, right, thank you Mini Rigs, they're one of our amazing sponsors.
Best ashtray I've ever seen.
We're going to edit that bit, right.
So I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, we're sponsored now, Dom.
So I don't fucking want one anyway.
But, yeah, you ain't having this one. But the thing with these, right, even those, when I teach the kids, we have these on the front, right, and that is enough, because they're so loud, that is enough for the energy, and this is what I want the crowd right next to us, right? All the DJs next to us, so they can feel. Because
But you think when you take a battle back, like I was saying before, when you're there's no judges, no scorecards, and that result of that battle is being judged by the crowd. They're up front. They're fucking that far away from you.
And do you know what it reminds me of? When I was a kid DJing, right? Especially wooden floors. When I used to DJ, I used to have to stop people jumping up because the needle would go all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
So people don't realise it's the DJ. Everyone was around. All my mates was around, going, you're dropping raw and stuff like that. Big Daddy K.
You know the place is going to be fucking roadblock.
It goes off, and then you have to go. Whoa! You have to turn it down. See, stop, and then you get the rewind and you bring it back in. Yeah. The needle's going like this.
Yeah.
I always teach the kids. I say I can tell by looking at anyone's hands DJing if they learn from turntables or on a controller, right? Because if you're on a controller, you're like this, yeah. If you're a DJ, if you're on a 1210, this can go as fast as you want.
You see it.
This goes slow, yeah. And I can tell by looking. I watch everyone. I watch it all the time. I go controller DJ, not knocking it, but I'm saying you can tell just by how light.
Well, you see it. I see it at the scratch calf. They're like, oh, it keeps on jumping. I was like, you want a controller? It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, they're needles.
Yeah.
You got to like loosen up a little. You got to go a lot lighter. They're like, oh yeah. And then
Imagine
10 minutes
they're
later, they've got the
fannies.
feel.
Fucking hell, in pieces. A little bit lighter, man. A little bit lighter.
Yeah, a little bit gentle, more gentle. But the kids straight away, they do this, yeah. They do this straight away.
The 2 clicks a very good technique for that, by the way, Dom.
Yeah, the twiddle.
So Dan, where do you want to? Is there anything you want to talk about with the battle?
I think so. There's
Fannies.
a few other things.
Beaver.
Tell us about how you finger a woman.
Well,
Shit, I say that out loud.
oh my god, oh my god. Here we go. So Dan's T-shirt, right, says
man's
finger
wanted
drummer,
it.
right? He's worn this.
Provoking it.
That's supposed to happen, right? I saw that this morning. The crab scratch, the twiddle, originally was called the finger bang, right?
I don't have a problem with that.
And I named that. I know, but I named that the finger bang. When I first did it, it was going to be called the finger bang, and then it got
Excel, the cunt whisperer.
Yeah, the meat whisperer. Mate, if you have to
25% on any t-shirt.
if you have to whisper into one, you hi, how are you today?
You don't have to whisper, you can shout at them.
Oh my god. Edit.
Really fucking good idea of meeting it, wasn't it?
No, it's
Perfect. Shit.
Jesus Christ.
I've only had
Right,
two
Dan,
kids.
level us off.
What else will there be at the event? So we will start the event with a jam.
Pioneer,
We will start the event with a bit of a jam so people can take part. So if you're new to it, you want to kind of come and have a go on some turntables and stuff like that.
I think once again, that's another good idea. Bring
Get
the crowd
everybody in,
in.
yeah.
We're all a family. Let's
It's going to be a
act like
scratch cup. I
family,
mean,
innit?
the thing is, and the most beautiful thing about this for anybody that's like wanting to learn and get good, the scratch cuff, you're stood next to killers, but those killers will show you shit. There's going to be
100%.
There's going to be fucking. Do you know what I mean? When we start this event, there's going to be JFB in the building. There's going to be Random in the building. There's going to be fucking you in the building. There's going to be Mr. Number 2.
Don't fucking tell no one that, man.
Yeah,
Can't scratch it.
But
The mystery is the best.
we haven't said this on the podcast yet, but Mr. Number 2 in the country, according to
Number 2!
He's having a number 2.
He's number 2.
He just had a number 2.
I'm gonna get that footage of what is it? What's his fucking name? Dr. Evil going number 2.
Number 2. Yeah,
you know.
And the soundbite is a bog flushing. A flushing bog.
But you know, like, look,
Number 2.
you get both tickets. You've got the battle, you've got the scratch slam, but essentially you're going to be surrounded by the top guys in the country. On the
Approachable.
approachable there on a level, and you'll actually because you know a lot of people are like, oh, I bumped into this guy and he was like really rude and he didn't talk to me. It's like, well, no, you bumped into him when he's about to fucking battle for his life. The guy ain't gonna chat to you. He's going to be sat there thinking about his routine. Yeah, all right, mate.
No one.
Do you know what I mean?
Zoned, mate.
So, like, you're actually going to get to meet these guys next to on a turntable, fucking meet a human being, have a scratch. I mean, that, in my opinion, that's the most valuable thing because obviously the scratch calf is my passion. You know, the rules of a competition. You know what I mean? I've got no time for that. I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I gotta be the best.
We've had to rein him in. We've had to rein him in with rules, but
yeah. I don't know the rules. I'm not in those conversations. I zone out. But what what I'm gonna love about this is the UK scratch community ascending on fucking Lost Horizon, and at the beginning of the day there's going to be 8 turntables where the performance is happening that anybody can get up and have a cut.
yeah.
And that's what I'm really fucking excited about.
Accessibility.
Exactly.
It takes a little bit of that mystery away, which is good, because you know, if you're going there and your heroes are going to be there, right? It's one thing to walk through that door and see your hero on the stage. It's another thing to see your hero standing next to you saying, "Oh, hang on, maybe try it like this."
Yeah.
Man, that was dope.
And when did we
That's it,
when
man.
did we get that opportunity? When we
Yeah,
were,
we fucking
number
did.
one, everyone used
Boy,
to
no,
cut-
you were the fucking.
No, but everyone used to cut. No,
Oh, no,
we still looked. I remember I went like Johnny Swift and Pogo went to Swansea, right? Fucking hell, mate! I would have killed people to. Anyone would have tried to stop me getting there to watch them doing that, right? I would have fucking killed them. I went there and watched them doing a set, yeah, and then I had a photograph afterward. This photograph with Swift and Pogo like that next to him, and then eventually I was in the Enforcer. They invited me in. I got this photograph all those years ago, and then they very kindly invited me to join the Enforcers.
Yeah, I mean, same kind of sketch.
And I looked up to those. I had those pictures on my
Yeah.
wall, man.
When I was a kid-
both of them on my wall.
They were my fucking heroes. Right?
So there's always someone
And-
you will look up to, no matter who you
Always.
think you
When
are.
I first met Pogo in 1990, and I've been harassing DMC for a couple of years, but I want to go and do the European Championships, and they were like, "Man, you can't do it. You have to come first or second in your country." And then in 1990, John Saunderson phoned me up and said, "Random, do you want to come and do the European Championships?" I'm like, "Man, as a wild card entry, right?" I was like, "Fucking yes." And then he sent me the itinerary, and he goes, "Right, you're going out with DJ Pogo," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, awesome.
And he'd written Pogo's phone number, right? I still got it on my wall indoors. Written Pogo's phone number on my itinerary. And he said, "Right, give Pogo a ring. You can sort out what you're doing. You're both going out on the same flight." And it took me like 2 or 3 days, and I had to have a drink before I could phone him up and say, "Oh, hello, DJ Random. I'm here for airport morning." And he was fucking dope. I mean, we got on really well. We got on really well when we went out there. I got some fucking stories from that weekend. Whoa, that week.
I had one. Was it in Amsterdam?
Amsterdam and Germany.
I did one in Amsterdam.
to be able to suddenly
It's gonna
meet
be bad.
like
No, you know
one of
it-
your
you know it.
heroes, and then he's one of my best mates now. But for that, having that accessibility to people that you look up to or are leaders in what you do,
Yeah.
real difficult to get these days. And I think with Unstoppable, it's definitely took a hurdle out of the way for people that want to come and see the people that they look up to, and not just do a fucking meet and greet. They're going to be meeting and greeting. They're going to be cutting with them. So,
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah, it's it,
no
man.
one's done that before.
I remember Adam invited me down. Yeah, I used to go down his house in London. Mate, I was like, "What the fuck? I'm going to Pogo's house." Yeah. And
Didn't I see you there? I see
we
you
met
there
a
one
couple
day,
of
didn't I?
times.
Yeah.
DJ 279 we met, but
Yeah.
we was with business, and then Johnny was there as well. Mate, we used to. That's the first time. Every time I went to London, one day I had 4 things of chicken in one day.
Was that when he lived there? It was in Brixton,
Brixton,
then,
yeah.
wasn't it?
So I went, and I come down from Wales, and I was thinking, where the fuck am I? So he come and met me. He was awesome to me, man, and I was just amazed by the records. And then, do you know what? The knowledge of the breaks, and everyone was so knowledgeable of the breaks. I didn't have a fucking clue. I mean, I can't even turn these fuckers on half the time. I mean it. But he was really good to me at the time when we were in that crew.
Yeah.
And then Billy and John, we would smash the Technics and just destroy a fader. And I used to go home and with these photographs, I still got my albums, and I think I just was in Pogo's house with Swift and Billy. So it's really important, even though I was with them, right? I was doing good things myself. I never forgot who I used to.
You've always got
I was
someone
in
you're
love with.
looking up to, man.
I used to
Yeah.
focus on those dudes, them and Qbert as well, right? I remember meeting him and his autograph. I've still got that now. It's tucked away somewhere, and it sticks with you because they were your sort of idols as you're growing up.
Yeah,
So,
accessibility to that.
and they were
That
cool,
kind of
yeah.
experience is massive to when
And
you're
I came
coming
on
through.
better. Do you know when I was in Galaxy? I did a show on Galaxy Radio. I lived in Bristol in Portland Square. Yeah, so I did a show before I went, like a mixing and like a just normal cutting. And I went to the All Japan, the Vestax competition. I did well there, but that's when I met Qbert and showed the crab and the twiddly thing. Yeah. But when I came back, I could flare because before I went,
Yeah.
no one was doing it, and I didn't know how to do it. You couldn't see it, and I was thinking, and those tapes were flying around, weren't they? With the flare. I was thinking, what the fuck is that? And that's how I come up with the idea, because I was trying to do it fast, and I just went like that,
And flip it.
and I knew I had something. But by the time I'd come back, it upped my game massively. So even if you turn up and like what we really want to do, we're not sure if we're going to do it child friendly yet, if we're allowed to. But we'd like parent. No, but in the early,
said no, not
the early
child
part,
friendly.
the early hour.
Social services.
But yeah, do you know what I mean? But the early hour. Oh my god. Yeah. Huw Wackman's here, but I got DBS. I got DBS. If you haven't got DBS, you're not coming in, right? But the first hour, we're probably not going to do it. But what we want to get to is like you can bring your kids in and meet these guys and actually let them have a scratch and stuff on the turntable.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
It'd be quite amazing.
Something
Can you
like that.
imagine?
Yeah,
Well, you know,
don't get it,
we
do
don't
you?
have a DJ Michelle in the UK.
Yeah,
Like,
this is what
you
we've been
know,
talking about.
America's got plenty of them, right? Like, but look, we need
Fucking rats.
We need youngsters. We need
Get a
youngsters.
timestamp for that one, please, Dan.
What?
We need youngsters.
Yeah,
because
we do, because we haven't got. Look, what was the age group, right? 2 years ago, I won it. I was 52, yeah? The oldest guy, I think, ever to win it.
I was the youngest guy in it at 37.
And then you were the youngest at
Really?
37.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
37.
I was the youngest.
So we
who
need to
didn't
start
get
bringing
see
UK turntablism back up. So
Right.
I've just got a grant for teaching kids, and the first thing I'm doing, I'm not teaching DJing. It's on one of these, and I'm teaching the bad meaning good routine
Yeah.
immedially,
No.
and then they're gonna do that on their
that's been
final
Arts
show.
Council funded, hasn't it?
Yeah, that was that's not Arts Council. That was a local authority. Thanks to Torvine local authority in Cwmbran, and
Amazing, man.
so
Well done.
they've funded something for us, and we're going to be doing literally. I'm going to teach them turntablism. I'm not going to do DJing. They're going to learn bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good
Yeah.
as their final show.
Dope. That's dope.
So we're trying to get them encouraged through. I'll teach them some basic DJing, but I really want to get. We need younger people coming through.
So this
Look at all
this
those
brings-
heats. Look at
this
those
brings
heats
up a really
30 or
interesting
40 people in
subject.
every heat, yeah. And
Yeah.
now we just don't have that anymore.
Well,
But DMC have done such a good job to keep this going for so long.
Oh, amazing, mate.
Especially even the
It's
dips.
unreal.
In all the dips they've had, like to keep this going. Remember, it was the Albert Hall, man. James Brown, Public Enemy, Janet
Yeah, I was
Jackson.
there in
Holy
80,
shit.
what was it, fucking
I saw
88?
DJ David doing the thing.
It's
you
the
know,
importance of making it a global thing, though, because
trying to grow it again.
You know, like DMC's small in the UK now, and it's and it will grow again with
Yeah.
the right kind of
Everything's-
love and everything, right? But like, DMC's still big because fucking Poland, like all these
Well, did you
parts of
see
the world that are now big
Indonesia?
on it.
The set.
well,
for
yeah,
Indonesia.
right. So let me
amazing.
interject here. Let
Like
me
a
interject
TV
here.
film.
Right. So
Film, dude.
So,
It was
so
amazing.
one of our friends brought up this subject. I'm not going to name him because it's going to be quite controversial. But the reason I'm bringing it up is the set and the production of the UK DMC finals up to the other world ones was like, it was. Do you know what I mean? There was Indonesia main stage, massive screen.
It was wild.
right?
I've never seen
You
it
you
like
were
it.
you were like
And the
you-
Brazil one.
you
It
did
was mad.
you did your set on some stage things, and in your video, the sound guy was up there on his iPad doing the levels, right? And a lot of people have brought this up, and they say, "Oh, DMC aren't doing this in the UK," and I can't help but think it's got nothing to do with the DMC, because the DMC are a business, and they do their set design for the tickets that are sold.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is something happening in the UK at the moment where we are not getting behind
It's
this
our club
scene.
scene, mate. Our club scene's dead, man.
Yeah, there's
That's
no-
the problem.
There's no
Like,
follow. There was no trickle through for, because you get a lot of people.
That's about youngsters, mate. That's
Yeah.
about youngsters.
This is what we're
'Cause-
talking
'cause
about,
they-
getting right involved.
And you got loads of things that feed into this, right? The first is obviously like there's a lot of stuff about health and all this sort of stuff that the youngsters are cottoned onto. The other big fucking problem is mobile fucking phones, man.
Yeah.
Right, and computer games.
Yeah, but they've got
You've
those in Indonesia and America.
You've got no. So Jimmy Carr, and like Jimmy Carr, actually, he's quite wise. Like I know he takes the piss out of everything, but he's quite wise. And one of the things he was asked, he was like, "So, what advice would you give to a young man today?" And he was like, "Stop living your life in a proxy." He's like, "You've got porn as your proxy for a partner and a family. You've got computer games as a proxy for your career. He's like, stop fucking living on proxies.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at things.
And I think this is the thing. But the thing is, right, is we're fighting against like technology enabled fucking dopamine hits, right? That are like ultra scalable.
But it's also
you click a button and administer it yourself.
It's a massive,
and it's
massively
hard.
popular form of crowd control from
Well, this is-
100 people to an entire population of a country. So.
This is exactly it. It's like massively encouraged by governments because if you think about it,
It shuts people
like
up.
think about 40 years ago, we're all out on the streets playing, getting into trouble. Yeah. Now
Some of us still are.
everyone's in
Yes.
their house
Yeah, on a-
behaving.
You'll be doing that tonight down at Witherspoons, dude.
Fucking
And this is the thing, mate.
daughter just standing there looking absolutely
Dad.
disgusted with it.
He's there with a dustbin lid like that, rocking a dustbin upside down dustbin lid, and she's just going, Dad,
Daughter's
stop.
like, Dad, fucking
Stop.
turn it in.
But
Fucking idiot.
that's one of the massive problems, man. Is we and because like ultimately, it's like people just can't be asked to come out of their houses and stuff anymore
Because they
there's
don't
too
have
much
to.
good stuff at home.
Because they're brainwashed into not coming out of their
No,
fucking
no,
house.
but all of these problems are the same in America, Indonesia,
Oh, yeah, totally.
Mexico.
Of course.
So what is going on with the UK, where the DMC started here? The DMC is a UK company, even though the Americans started turntablism. The DMC is a UK thing. Why the hell is the DMC the smallest, the lowest production
But it's not
of
that,
the whole of the world?
It's not them. It's not. It's
Not the
it's not
DMC,
down-
it's us. It's down to the UK. And all of the points that you brought up are worldwide issues. What is it about the UK that we are not supporting this scene anymore? And then we need to get to the bottom of it because our scratch calf does well. There's a lot of that people are excited about Unstoppable, but there is some disconnect somewhere. Right?
I
Do you
just
know
don't
what I
think
mean?
it reaches. I don't think it reaches young people because they don't necessarily understand the point of it. Like if you're, it's an
That's a good
outdated
point.
technology. Like it's confusing to them. Like it's like,
Yeah, why do I have to be good at DJing?
Why would I be on that?
Because I
When I
only
can
have to
press
do
the
this.
sync button and solve the problem. Like, but that's like to some extent that's just kind of like. That's kind of progress to some extent. You know, it's like people don't do maths anymore, they use calculators. I get that. But like
Or an S11.
we don't have anything. We don't really have any
Don't get me started.
we don't
I
have any
own one now as
posters.
well.
We don't have any poster children.
Have you got one now?
I bought one, yeah.
Oh my god!
It pays for itself. I rent it out.
After all that dissing of the S11, now he's fucking got
Hey,
one.
I held my hand
Whoa.
up. Do you know?
Jesus.
So I've been trying to get the answer out of you guys, but I think I know why the DMCs are least popular in the UK than they are all over the world.
Why? What is it?
Hip hop music in the UK, there isn't really a scene. Isn't really. If you look at hip hop music in the States, massive fucking scene. It's all at that BPM. Brazil, Indonesia, they're all hip hop R&B places. The UK, our main forms of music are drill, grime, right?
You kind of got a point there, right? But you've got to remember that to someone like me, I am hip hop fucking solid through and through. It's what I do. So you have got a point there, but you've also got to remember that things like grime, drill, UK rap,
They'll come from.
they're all splinters.
They are,
of
but
UK
nobody
hip-hop.
juggles it.
Well, and nobody juggles it. Nobody scratches it.
Nobody
It's a-
scratches in it.
That's a fucking really good. I mean, I do at home. I've
course you
never
do.
had the balls to do it out yet, but because I constantly test myself with different time signatures. I need in my head. I need to know that I can. If someone throws me a fucking curveball, of yeah, why don't you try doing some cuts over this fucking like nines tune or whatever? I can do it, and I also quite like it. But no one's really thought about fucking bridging that between the old hip hop skills of turntable.
Well, I have because I just said it.
Of course. But I've been 2 steps ahead because fuck off. Anyway,
My dad's harder than your dad.
so what we need, how do we market these skills which are traditionally looked upon as being some old school, old man shit to the tunes that are out now?
So
Now, I don't know, but you look at DJs in other countries, they're all fucking doing it.
they're
So
all
there's,
doing
there's
it.
a couple of things here that are quite interesting. So one, like I play a lot of like UK garage,
Yeah.
bass house, UK bass.
Yeah.
That's actually the type of DJing that I play generally,
Right.
and I do lots of like bootleggy stuff. When I do cuts over those gigs,
People fucking love it. I've
People
been
fucking
there.
love it. Do the odd juggle, people fucking love it. Because it's different, and they haven't necessarily seen you.
no one else is fucking doing it.
140 is a cunt to cut over.
But it's great though.
It's good when you get it, but you've got to be good.
You do
to
have to
cut
be good.
over 140, and that's like so. Our like dubstep is half time 140.
Yeah.
Drill 140. All of our popular styles of music the kids are into are 140, and you've got to be a badass to
You've
cut
got to be
over
pretty
it.
decent because you've got to be.
You've got to be number 2 in the country according to DMC to be able to cut over.
He's a number 2.
He's a number 2.
He's a massive number 2.
Number 2.
But do you know what I mean? So I think I found it, and you've got people like Reva. A lot of his stuff he does dubstep, but when they go into the DMCs, they're playing hip hop. And the problem we have is, right, if they're doing a routine in hip hop, it's not popular to the kids. Because my son,
This is a
13,
really
my
bad
son who's 13, he likes a bit of MF Doom, but that kid gets really fucking excited by dubstep, fucking drum and bass.
Why is JFB popular? Why is Mr. Switch popular?
Drum and bass.
Because drum and bass.
And who's doing drum? So this is why. So there's something needs to change. Our boys need to go right. We need to go in with the popular
Go
music,
with
which,
UK
which
based
but
stuff.
JFB's not fucking.
Oh, he does a lot. He does a lot of. He
But
does
he's
a lot
not
of UK-based
competing.
stuff. Yeah, this is true.
He's not
Mr.
competing.
Switch does loads of stuff with like Hamdi and all these guys, like all these like new UKG kind of like.
But they're not
big
competing,
dogs.
and what our
It's good.
art form isn't appearing in new music. So I think it's less to do with like all of these other factors, but we need to somehow make juggling and turntablism happen
There
within
needs to be
these.
a bridge with those skills.
But guess
to
what?
These lower
Really
types.
fucking hard to juggle. Well, 170 to 180 or 140.
Do you know what though? 133
Just
in a third is nice, mate, because you can be in the same place on the
Yeah,
record.
yeah,
so
yeah.
actually, I don't know. I reckon there's something in that. I'm going to release a load of 140 fucking juggles now. Mate.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed.
Oh, mate, you should.
Yeah.
Do you know what else?
Somebody
as well-
knows to do it.
fucking doing it.
Do you know what else has been interesting, right? So, because I've been obviously I'm releasing content where just teaching people techniques and stuff, and as part of this, I've just been releasing techniques on DJ controllers.
Yeah.
The view counts. Now, bear in mind, obviously, now I'm a lot further along and I've got a much bigger following than I had when I started doing the ones on vinyl. But the view counts are a lot higher.
But they will be, yeah.
On controllers, because people are like, oh, well, I can see what I'm doing. And actually, I think there's a lot of people out there that just don't realise you
No,
can
but
scratch.
Well,
guess
you're
what?
kind of providing what I was just
That's
saying
the
about
bridge. Yeah, yeah.
You're kind of doing that, right?
That's the
Even though
technology bridge. Yeah, yeah.
it doesn't matter that the technology is different. The skill set is the same, right? Of using
Totally.
2 separate sounds to make one.
One.
You can have. It doesn't matter whether you got a fucking turntable or a fucking controller or a fucking
Cassette.
CD player. Yeah, or a cassette,
Yeah.
right? The principle is the same of taking 2 different independent noises with a device that can make those appear as one.
Yeah.
What the permutations of that are ridiculous, but it's still essentially turntable.
But we are so far away from the kids because what we're doing is we're using
But
big
you've got to
12
remember
inch
there's an age
things.
thing, right?
Of
Kids,
course.
Yeah.
kids 15 looking at some dude's 25, like, oh,
No,
fuck
no,
him,
no,
he's
no.
gonna die soon.
No, so here's the counter to that one, right? So our biggest drum and bass DJs, 60.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, it's
and,
true.
and so when I was a kid, my dad was listening to pub rock. He was listening to the Police. I like that music, but my hip to the groove jam was fucking rave music. The generation before didn't have that,
Yeah.
right? So now my son, he's looking at artists that I know. And
Yeah,
he's like, oh my god, this guy's amazing. So I did his CDJs last week. My son's like, what?
It's mad.
Do you know what I
watching
mean?
that, how,
Right?
how they're pitched up, innit?
So my scene, right, is now being enjoyed by my son.
Yeah.
Right, and if I listen to the Doggy Style album now, it's the same as me listening to a '60s song in the '90s. So we have our kids are in the same scene we have, but they're not picking up juggling. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's
Because
something
I think
needs
it's
to
because they
give.
perceive it as an old man thing.
They not only do they, no, but it's too
So
far
some-
away because their technology is CDJ. That's why your video did so
This is
well.
where that bridge thing, that there needs to be that mid range of someone taking those old techniques and presenting them to a new generation, whether it's turntables.
Well,
That brings me nicely on to these bad boys here. Right, Rain, hit us up if you could We've been trying to get a hold of you.
Maya, we've got enough sponsors, please.
No.
No, we haven't. We need more.
I actually spoke. I actually spoke to someone in Rain. They're really cool, but not this year. But what was the point? I'm jumping on what you've just said. I used the Rain one, right, to teach kids, right. This is my whole aim, is to sort of, we do a thing called hip hop culture class with Tommy Boost, right, Tommy, where we teach a brief history of hip hop, where it come from. Then we do a demo of breaking, an old school breaking, and a demo of old school DJing. I teach them how to do the baby scratch. We do timing drills, just only the most basic stuff. But we also ask them what hip hop is, and we've taught about 40,000 children over the last 2 or 3 years.
Shit.
And not one of them, when I say what is hip hop, they don't know what it is.
But they're listening to it.
So then we have to say, I said, you're influenced by
Have they got hot mums?
I don't know. But I can get some phone numbers next time. But they're in school settings, so the mummies are not allowed in, right?
The mums are at home.
Mums, do you want your children to have a hip hop fucking education?
The point is,
I'll go see the mums.
they don't know what it is, right? And then when I say, we go through the elements. We go through DJing, invented hip hop sort of thing, then breaking, and then graffiti and all the and MCing, right? I say, when I do graffiti, I look at their t-shirts, and most of them have got some kind of graphic which looks like a graffiti, yeah? I said, look, guys, you're influenced by
some kind of typeface that's come directly.
Without you knowing, I said, you are influenced. I said, is Taylor Swift a hip-hop artist? And they go, no! And they love all this, yeah? I said, but listen to some of their beats, yeah? Those beats are produced from hip-hop. They come from hip-hop.
Some of them are made by hip-hop
producers. The hip-hop producers, right?
Yeah.
I said, without you knowing, I said, sneakers. Look at your sneakers. That didn't exist. It was basketball culture and hip-hop culture that popularized. Guys used to wear dress shoes before this culture came in. Everyone wore shoes. I used to have to wear Dr. Martens.
Yeah, Beetle Crushers.
Shout out to Dr. Martens. We're looking for a sponsor.
Maya, we've got enough sponsors. Stop it.
No, we haven't. We can never
get Puma to sponsor it.
Mate, I love Puma. Puma, if you're listening. What I tried Adidas. I tried Nike. No, I've gone through Carhartt. I went through Champion. And we didn't get anything, unfortunately, but maybe next year.
Tight cunts.
I know, no, but we did all right. But the point is, I used that Rain 1 and the smaller turntables, right? And when they're on there, they love it, yeah? They're motorized as well, so they're perfect. So it shows them the torque, it shows them, and that's where I explain, because the first thing they want to do is go really heavy-handed, right? And I said, no, slow it down, control, and then within 10 seconds, you can see, I said, slow it down, go slow. They get it, right?
And it's really satisfying.
And they don't want to get off
minimum of
there.
input that they've got
So
it.
that's what you need, right? You just need this more regular. And this is what we're trying to do to get in the schools and the kids. But with the adults, I think we've got a bit of an epidemic of scratchers, and we haven't got turntablists.
Yeah,
now there's there's thousands of amazing scratch DJs, but there's a handful of turntablists. And we don't see enough turntablists.
Do you know what though? As we sort of enter into this scratch conversation, we are running a scratch battle as part of this.
Tell us about the scratch
so
battle, dude.
There will be. It's called the Scratch Pit. It's going to be. It's going to have that head-to-head vibe to it. So, and it'll be head-to-head knockout. We're going to try and make it so that as many people can take part in it as possible. There are limits to that, but basically what will happen is, in the kind of qualifier round, you'll have 30 seconds to do your thing. Basically, a judge will pick a number at random.
Have you got a standard beat, or do you get to pick?
So it'll be on a looper. We'll check all of them to make sure there's no duds on there. But basically, like a judge will pick a number out of 40 on. That beat will come on. You then got like 30 seconds to get your record, your phrase in time if you're doing phrases, and then it's going to be one DJ followed by the other DJ. 30 seconds, swift judge decision, and they're going to have a live sign writer. So there'll be a big sign with all of the rounds on it.
Check it out.
There we are. Live
Scratch Pit. That's for one of the winners. You'll get something else as well, but
there'll be
AIDS probably.
There's 18.
You'll get a kicking.
There's 1,800 quid's worth of prizes for the winner. There's 400 quid's worth of prizes for second. But the key thing is like the judges all kind of press it through. There'll be a live sign writer that has all the kind of like has all of the kind of rounds on it, and when someone gets progressed through, they'll get their name written up to the next round.
That's fucking dope.
How cool is that, right?
That's
awesome.
And then basically we go straight into the next round. The next round's a little bit longer. You have 45 seconds. That's the quarters and the semis, and then the final is going to be 2 guys left, right? And those 2 guys, they're going to go through 3 rounds of 90 seconds each. There's probably going to be a slow round, like a slow beat round, a fast beat round, and a faderless round. Right,
Faderless?
So, a faderless round.
Okay.
So test some
That's
of the
some fucking on the spot.
test some creativity, right? And then obviously there's going to be someone who gets crowned the winner of that.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be interesting because, like, Unstoppable, there's a lot more to prepare. Like, you know, if you're a battle routines require a lot of thought, a lot of energy, a lot of whatever. Scratchers, not so much. You know, you're obviously going to want to prepare. You're going to want to test out different speeds and different beats and have your things and your kind of go-tos and all that jazz. But you don't have to come up with a routine per se. You're just kind of freestyling on the night. So I think we've got about 13, 14 people signed up already. It's only been open for a few days. Yeah, I'm hoping for somewhere between 16 and 25 people.
What?
But
we'll have a mum section. We'll have a mum section.
No one under about 35 is good. Stone.
do you know what I'm looking forward to? DeeJay Random sponsors Unstoppable or the scratch bit, and then it's you get a ticket at the end, and it's like, oh, you have to just give that to your mum. It's a night out with Random.
Random's mum
Picture
kit.
of my cock.
Yeah, we tried to avoid dick pics, but
I don't. I made a fucking living out of it.
only Dom.
Have you seen my pictures? Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry. All right.
But yeah, so that's the scratch pit. We've got competitors coming in. By the time this goes out, registration will be closed and that'll be finalised. But there is something that we want to do differently. So, and this is well worth knowing. So, everybody who's signing up, in the sign up form, there's a space to put their bio, a space to put how to book them. There's upload space for them to upload videos and images, and we are going to actively promote them on social media before and after the event, right? Because one of the big, and this has been one of the things that sat in the background for us getting the funding to support this project, was basically that, you know, turntablism's underrepresented. The people who are exceptional at it, you know, and can, you know, really rock a crowd and create a great night out, are underpaid and you know, there's not enough work. And what we want to do is try to support that moving in the right direction. So, you know, everybody who does take part, we are going to do some promo to support you, you know, and that's going to get broader reach and broader whatever. So there will be, you know, your bios will be out there, your videos will be out there, your way to book you will be out there.
Your phone number will be put out there if you're shit.
Yeah.
My criminal records.
Your criminal records out there.
Your DBS check. And
where your mum goes shopping will be put out there for Random.
With a map and pictures, if preferable.
And you get 10 quid to try and coax them round.
And a £15 shut your fucking mouth.
But you're going to get that. You're going to get that before, and you're going to get that a little bit after the event. As well.
And a free Ann Summers voucher.
I'm 4.
The winner gets a Huw Wackman reach around.
Yeah, reach around. I don't think I got enough.
I think it's about time to wrap this up.
I feel like would. Now the only other call out is of course the massive after party.
Yeah, that's one thing we haven't spoken about.
So
enough.
the massive after party, we're gonna have the likes of DeeJay Random, we're going to have the likes of Luke Skywalker, we're going to have the likes of Jimi Needles, we're going to have the likes of DJ Woody doing an AV set, we're going to have the likes of Mr. Switch, we're going to have who's a 4 times world champion, and JFB, who's a 3 times world champion.
To get this kind of lineup
anywhere,
same fucking place.
And also we've got this awesome number 2
according to the DMC.
Yeah, number 2.
And I'm doing a set to warm us up, but that is the most unbelievable lineup.
Basically,
right?
Dan's doing the music while we pack down. Basically, that's what's. He's showing the pack down.
I know. I'm playing the music in the car on a little controller
or a left violin.
Yeah.
Be gone, but
I mean that lineup.
It's mental.
Lineup's nuts.
Just
right?
for like I was saying earlier about accessibility to your heroes, the people you look up to, whatever. To then watch every single one of them pull off a set right in front of you.
yeah, that's awesome, mate.
Do you know that shit don't happen?
And
I've got to take my hat off to you.
It's going to be a hell of a party.
Oh no! Don't don't think that we did it to be kind to people. It was literally my idea to pay for the battle. So how the fuck are we going to pay for the battle? We've got to put a really.
I'm
good
going to
line up.
say, I spoke to Woody. I was with Woody at Beat Herder a couple of months back, and I said, right, is it all confirmed? He's like, yeah. I said, man, this is going to be so much fun. And me and him were just laughing because it is going to be a special.
It's going to be mental.
You know,
Yeah,
it's going to be special,
mate.
night.
It's going to be special. And by that time, you know, like when you kind of come on, you know, and you're DJing at your kind of club night, you know, there hasn't been a DJ battle with all this massive hype just before it. So like from the perspective of like, you know, any of those headline acts, right? It's like, not only am I kind of coming on, I'm coming on to this crowd that have been like through this journey all day.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, that is going to be sick.
I mean, if you buy the day ticket, the combo ticket, where you can come in, you can have a go of the decks. You don't even have to be a real, you know, a scratch DJ. You can just come and have a go on the decks. Then we're going to have sort of a meet and greet guy with JFB and all those guys and Random. All the
Fuck that, I'm not doing that.
anyone. We're going to sign.
The probation officer won't fucking accept it.
We'll sign mums. Yeah, that's why you got to bring your mum.
If you want to bring your mum, Random's
talk
up for
to you if
signing
you got your mum,
t-shirts,
yeah.
right?
I have to sign him more than that.
Random is there for signing. We'll bring lots of felt tip pens, right? But
Short skirts, high heels, absolutely fine.
But come down for that, yeah. But if you get the combo ticket, you get that. Then you've got the scratch battle. Then you've got the unstoppable battle. Then we've got something very special when we swap over just after that, and then we've got the headliners, right?
And then we've got headliners.
And then
for
you're
like
the
5 hours.
contortionist showcase.
Yeah. Then we've got what she's on before.
She's on just
before-
between Scratch Pit and
Unstoppable. But another thing with the Unstoppable battle, we've got a live draw who gets through in each round, right? So you can stick your hand in, you pick out number 1 or number 4. And to me, that's
Story of my life.
yeah, exactly. I was getting number 4. I'm now,
Lucky it won't be number
but now
2.
I can say, yeah, he's number 2. But I have to say, I'm proud to say that at last I've been number 1.
Everyone loves a number 1.
Everyone up to number 1. But what I'm looking forward
Quick,
to that
easy.
is when you're on stage and you have to draw that out. That's when you're going to shit yourself. Whether you're first or you're fourth, yeah, that is when it's really going to sort of kick in. Who's going to get that lineup? But for the combo ticket, where can we get them? Headfirst, Bristol.
Yeah, Headfirst, Bristol, and Skiddle. They're the 2 locations to buy tickets. You've got choices tickets-wise. You can go for the combo ticket, which is the whole day and the after party, or you can go for just the after party, which is at a slightly reduced rate. There's still some early bird tickets left on the after party. All of the early bird tickets have gone for the combo event.
Shit.
It is selling fast, so by the time this comes out, you know, make sure if you want to come, get your arse in gear and get a ticket.
I mean, even if you're just a supporter of turntablism or just dance music, you know, especially, I mean, you've got JFB and Mr. Switch who do amazing drum and bass sets, man. I mean, if you like drum and bass, and Bristol is drum and bass.
And Luke.
And Luke, of course, Luke. Sorry, Luke.
Rinse it.
Luke,
Guys,
rinse it as well, yeah.
if you're into drum and bass as well, even though it's predominantly hip hop night earlier on, if you're into drum and bass, I'm sure those guys are going to be killing that
Mate,
halfway through.
It will go heavy.
Yeah.
It will probably go heavy from because Switch and JFB both do a lot of drum and bass and like UK bass stuff, and then Luke's on right at the end, so he's just going to clean up through it. Yeah, so it's
going to be his biggest
it's going to end up on juggling.
By that point, I'll be off my tits as well.
With a little bit of luck, yeah.
With a bit of luck.
I like needed, mate. Fucking hell. I'm not an amateur.
It's going to happen. It's going to
Fucking
happen.
hell.
Anything else we haven't mentioned about the battle?
To be honest, I think that's everything. I think that does us perfectly. It's a good.
So that was.
point to wrap up.
I hope you've enjoyed the Turntablist QVC channel.
Yeah.
You can buy.
I am genuinely looking forward to this. And I don't say that kind of shit a lot.
Next up, there's going to be people selling codes.
Oh shit, sorry.
Condoms.
Yeah. There'll be Huw Wackman's special reach around ticket. Fucking price. They're quite expensive, but
Why am I doing the fucking reach around?
what do you mean? You're at the end of your life.
Huw,
Like,
whack off.
You've got less trauma time to live.
Fucking hell.
God, that's traumatizing.
Fucking, I've never heard the end of your life being described as that.
No, certainly. What I'm going to do though, I've decided.
I'm older than him as well.
Instead,
Well, you're doing them as well.
instead of a
Special random
still
reach
here,
around.
I'm not doing very well, am I?
Instead of a coffin, because as I'm a DJ, I can't fucking make any money, right? Instead of a coffin now, I'm just going to use deck savers, right? I'm going to make a coffin out of
There's all
deck
the fucking
savers.
sponsorship budget fucked up the wall. Or
So-
down the wall.
Literally, he's getting brands to sponsor his fucking funeral.
I'm getting deck saver to sponsor my funeral, right?
The
And I'm,
NHS to sponsor
and
mine.
I'm going to go in there completely fucking naked as I came into the world. I'm going out so you can laugh at my tiniest
Fingers.
fingers.
You can buy space on
Penis.
Huw Wackman.
Penis. So thank you, Deck Saver, for sending those turntables for those deck covers for me, because I'm going to be hanging on to a lot of them. Hopefully
Nearly alive.
for a few more years yet before I can get it.
4 years.
4 years. Hopefully
shit.
longer than that. Anything else we can talk about other than the crap we've been talking about?
Competitors' mums.
No, I think that's
I think we've covered everything and more.
Bribery.
Yeah.
Bribery. Turn out, please, guys. Support UK Turntablism.
And support Bristol.
Support Bristol as
Bristol,
well.
always.
I'm gonna have to say, right, when Ollie fucking nonce me up to do this, and then as it's it's a colloquialism that I use. Right? It doesn't mean actually it's been subject to me.
grooming you.
All my life, I didn't know I'd ever
It's
nonce
just groomed
anybody
in.
up, but
Oh,
now
anyway,
I know I've been noncing somebody
anyway.
up for a month.
Groomed in with a turntable.
And as the whole thing took shape, I have to say I could not imagine this kind of thing happening in London, which is a shame. But London is London. But I think Bristol, for this type of event, and it's kind of a groundbreaking turntablist event, I can't see it happening anywhere else. So Bristol, stand up.
And just to be clear as well, we're only paying him for his DJ set, so that actually came from his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is real.
These cunts didn't
He's
pay
not-
me for that.
Fucking
Unfortunately,
He's literally come
Tight
down off his own
bastard.
steam for this, so yeah.
Right.
That's a real
One thing I want to say before we finish is, even though I've come up with the idea, Huw Wackman presents Unstoppable. Without these two lads here, this would never have got off the ground, because this came about from a podcast.
We
They
did a podcast, weren't we? Yeah.
kindly invited me on, and we never sort of knew each other before. And then me and Dan went to the DMCs together, right? And that was one of the cars that
that
we
was
should.
last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we should have had a podcast down in
Oh,
that
mate,
car,
that car
with
journey was
Goldsmith and
hysterical.
Scratchmaster Slide. That was one of the funniest
Yeah.
journeys I've ever had.
It's one of the funniest moments.
But Dan and Ollie
to be
have
honest.
been amazing to me. Like, as soon as I told them the idea, they said, "Oh, we'd love to get involved."
We didn't think that you when we brought it up on the podcast. I remember looking at you when I said, "Oh, we can do that." You were like dismissive, like, "Oh."
Yeah, I'm playing it cool, dude.
Playing it cool.
I'm playing it
and then,
cool.
I think we spoke after the podcast, and I was like, Dan, I don't reckon we got him. I didn't think that you bought into it. And then a month later, Dan messaged me and went, "Yeah, we're doing the battle." I was like,
Let me.
"What the
The
fuck?"
reason I said that, right, because I was unsure myself, right. I haven't got the financials to do this on my own. I haven't got the strategic sort of brain to organise this. But also, I do want to shout out to Steffi at Technics, who I met while I was in San Francisco, and she was amazing to me. She was really, really kind and friendly. And one of the people I really wanted to get on board to make this work was Technics, right? It's been in my heart for all my life. We all know that the smell of the deck, you know, he's opening the box, it's just a beautiful thing to have, right? So I asked Steffi, and she was really gracious and gave us a turntable, yeah, for the first prize. And so I just want to say thanks to Steffi, because without that, I don't think I would have pursued it as much, you know. But once Steffi kindly offered that up as the first sponsor, it gave me the confidence to try and get something. And guys, we're not making money out of this. All these sponsors, everything is going to the DJs. Everything's going straight back to
Yeah,
the
it's pure
DJs.
Well, some of it.
Some of it's going into Random's bag. But
Just fuck all for free, man.
other than that, but almost all the prizes, right? Other than the Huw Wackman condoms, you can have those. They're going to the DJs, right? It's busy. They're going to the DJs, so it's all about you guys. And then hopefully within the next 10 years, then I can cream everything off the top and make a fucking fortune.
Business is
Fuck
business.
off and fuck off.
There's one thing I just want to make really clear to the DJs: you won't be receiving any Huw Wackman condoms.
Yeah, there isn't any.
Well, you say that.
I didn't think DJs wore condoms
Mate,
anyway. To
Mate,
be fair,
after DMC, I actually
you wore a condom for the first time in your life.
I actually contacted Viagra to try and get a sponsorship deal, and I just couldn't get to the head. They said it was too hard to do. So
Stiff job.
What can you do?
Look at Jesus Christ!
Right, I think we've got
This
to
is
call it
it's
here.
gone too
We've got
far.
to hit.
We've gone
Thank you,
too far.
everybody, for listening.
Thanks to Don for coming down. Thanks
Yeah.
for
Coming down.
Ciao, guys. Ciao, guys.
Thanks.
Bring your mum.
Scott, do you want to get on and say
Scott
goodbye?
as well.
Thanks, Scott, in your house for dealing with us fucking lot.
Thank you for sponsoring, buddy.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it very much.